Tremaine Edmonds gives the reason why he wanted to come to the Chicago Bears, and I'm going to tell you why it made me like him even more. Plus, we're going to dive into the mailbag. All that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host here, Hayes. You guys can follow me right off the top at CEO Hayes. You're going to more importantly follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform that we are on. Let's go ahead and get into the content for today. Tremaine Edmonds, who's been saying all the right things this offseason, was asked, why did he choose to come to the Chicago Bears? And he said this: I was just excited for the opportunity, man. I'm a guy. I like when the odds are against me. I like when the odds are against us. I feel like individuals make the best moves when you're underestimated, and I wanted to go to a team where I could be part of a rebuild. I can be part of turning this thing around, man. It's just about knowing there are going to be thunderstorms sometimes, but you got to be able to stand through those thunderstorms long enough to stand through some sunshine one day. Just being part of that and being a big part of that defense and being a big part of the rebuild, it made me want to be a part of it for sure. You don't get very many players that want to be a part of a rebuild, much less you don't get very many players of a Tremaine Edmonds level that honestly could have gone to a team way closer on paper to contending than what the Chicago Bears are going to. You don't get a lot of those players that choose, embrace, and want to come to a team that rebuilds. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the money that the Bears were able to offer and did offer Tremaine Edmonds absolutely played a role in that as well. I'm not naive. I'm not going to act like the contract and the money doesn't play a part in it. But at the end of the day, it's this. Not everyone is equipped to be able to deal and be on a rebuilding team. You have to have a level of focus. You have to have a level of confidence. You have to have a level also of leadership and wanting to come in and motivate it and push guys to drive more. And Tremaine Edmonds, so far, in everything that we're hearing, has and will be that for the Chicago Bears. Again, as somebody who's playing the middle linebacker for the Bears, you guys know, if you're a lifelong Bears fans, how important it is for the middle linebacker to really be a vocal part of a great Chicago Bears defense. And we do hope and want this defense to get back to being at the level of greatness. And so because of that, having somebody with Tremaine Edmonds' mindset, when you add him to Jaquan Brisker, bringing in the rookie Tyreek Stevenson and also his mindset, Eddie Jackson's leadership, this defense is going to be okay. And by that, I don't mean they're just going to be an okay defense in the league. I mean they're going to be okay as far as they're going to right this ship. I truly believe that this is the version of that defense that is going to stop that downward trend that the defense has been on the last few years. And we're going to get back to not only being respectable, but we have that chance of getting back to being the monsters of the Midway, which you guys know, whether it's vanity or whatever else, it means a lot to me to be able to call my defense that moniker once again. And Tremaine Edmonds coming into this team and also pairing a dog with him in TJ Edwards as well, Jack Sanborn, Noah Sewell, all those guys. I'm just excited overall about this linebacking core and defense overall, but Tremaine Edmonds coming to this team, having that mindset, giving that soundbite, giving that quote, and just being prepared for what it takes to go through a rebuild. Man, listen, I'm excited. And I know recently there have been a lot of naysayers to come out against Tremaine Edmonds. He was listed as the most overrated linebacker in all of the NFL as well, which is crazy to me. But again, as I've been saying, we will take all that doubt. We will take all the hate. We will take everything that you're going to throw at us because I think that's going to help build this team out even more and the mindset and the determination and everything that this team is going to need to be able to win football games. And I think it's coming. I feel it's coming. And I hope you guys do too as well. Let me know what you guys think down below on that quote from Tremaine Edmonds. Did it make you like him a little bit more like it did me as well? Sound off on that down below. But all right, it's Friday. It's Mailbag Day. So this means that today's episode is mainly built around your voicemails. Let's get into the first one. This one's from Fred.
Hey, what's going on, man? Shout out to C-Dub and Bobby Sweat. This your boy Fred, man, checking in from the south side of the shop. Hey, man, it's funny how they sit here keep constantly want to hate on the Bears. And the Bears, not even the top 10 of rushing when they led the league in rushing, which is crazy and mind-boggling, though. But I'll say this to say this, though, man. We're going to be all right, man. Justin Fields is going to turn it around, and he's going to prove people wrong, all them doubters, all the haters that keep on shitting on the Bears. Like, we need that energy. Let them keep on shitting on us because when we goddamn it, you know, showing their ass who he is, and how we can ball and we got a team, then we don't need their ass on our bandwagon. You feel me? So,
and we kind of just talked about the hate around the Chicago Bears. I love it, right? I embrace it. The Green Bay Packers players and fans talking shit. I embrace all of it. I love it. I'm a petty individual. As you guys know, my nickname is Petty Roosevelt, and I embrace that moniker fully. And best believe the trolling that's going to be done on this show, on the social media, on everything, if the Bears start winning like we think that they can and they start playing like a much better team, best believe it's coming. The pettiness is coming. And so the hate around the Bears, it makes sense, right? And let me remove my own fandom from it. We were a 3-14 team last season. And a 3-14 team, rightfully so, is going to get a lot of doubt around what that team is going to be able to do. And especially with a quarterback that still has not shown on the NFL level the ability to pass that we all want and need to see from him. Now, I think that's going to come this season. I think we're going to start seeing the groundwork of that, absolutely. But just to be fair, it has not been shown yet. And because of that, when you have your franchise quarterback that still has doubts, when you have a defense that couldn't get to the quarterback, and a secondary that, while showed some promise last season, couldn't stay healthy, has a lot of young players in it, it makes sense. We got weapons on the offensive side. Darnell Mooney, injury concerns. We're trying to see if he can get back. Now that he's going to be in a more natural situation. Chase Claypool, a lot of doubt around him and his mentality. We have so many question marks on this team. While we do understand as Bears fans and people who watch this team day in and day out, we understand the potential that we see in this team. Until that starts being seen on the national stage and showed via wins and playing great in games, the doubt and the hate is going to come. But let's embrace it. Let's take advantage of it. Let's make it a part of the identity of this team and our fan base right now. Because I tell you what, we're going to have a lot of opportunities to prove people wrong coming into next season. All right, let's get into this next voicemail. This one's from Maine, from the South Side.
Yo, it's good. This is Maine from the South Side, and I just wanted to leave a comment about your show. I appreciate you, brothers. I see big things in y'all future with the podcast and the whole thing. I mean, I can see sit-down shows and everything with y'all because y'all give a real unique perspective that definitely get the love locally, but I could see getting the love nationally one day, man. So I'm just speaking blessings y'all way. And I hope y'all keep increasing more and more. But, yeah, I wanted to comment about the show the other day. I think, Hayes, you did it on your own about the running game and how we wasn't ranked like we should be. And I think really people sleep on how dynamic the Bears running game is about to be this year. I think we barely scratched the surface last year and we led the league in rushing. So you talking about 3 different dynamic running backs in Herbert, Foreman, and Roshan. And then, you know, all that we really ain't seen in these positions and these roles that they about to be in Luke Getsy's offense. Never mind the best running quarterback in the league, as well as an upgraded offensive line. But I think people really sleep on the biggest things. People don't really understand that DJ Moore, when given the ball in space, runs like a running back. I think it was an interview I was watching with Greg Olsen. That's the thing he said about him when he saw him in Carolina when he played with him, that when he got the ball, he ran like a running back. And, you know, so we talking about wide receiver sweeps. We talking about wide receiver handoffs, wildcats, screens, quick dump-offs, get these boys the ball in space. You know, it's to the house at any given moment. And not just DJ. Darnell been doing it first before DJ got here. And people sleep. Take Chase Claypool, that's what he thrives on. High pointing, first of all. And then second of all, getting the ball in space and making it happen. And then, on sleep, the rookie, you know, Scott, speedster, get him the ball, same thing. He can do the same thing. And then, you combine that with your worst is 4-3 Velus Jones getting the ball in space. I mean, that is, come on, man. Like, it's going to be so dynamic. Defenses ain't going to know where it's coming from. And that's in the running game, let alone what Justin going to show with that arm, man. But once again, man, I appreciate y'all hearing me out. I just want to say blessings again to y'all. And, man.
Hey, first, thank you for the love of this channel, man. I've said it before, and this will always, I will never stop giving love to my guys, man. And at the end of the day, me, C-Dub, and Bobby coming together was the superpowers coming together, man. I think us having the mindset and the clear vision that we wanted this show to feel like you're chatting it up with your Bears fans at the barbershop or whatever it is, it helped just make the vision clear, right? It helped make it laid back. And yeah, we didn't initially launch with daily episodes. We decided to move to that. And I think that that's been a huge part of just helping the channel and the podcast grow for sure. But ultimately, the feel and the style of the show, we don't want to be super dressed up and stuffy. We want to have fun. We want it to feel like, yes, we want to bring the analysis. We want to bring the knowledge. We want to bring all that. But the way that we present it, we want to make sure that it's presented in a way that's fun, easily digestible. And we want you guys to talk back to us, right? When you're listening to an episode of Chicago Bears Central, we want you guys to be talking back to us like we're right in front of you, which is why the mailbag episodes are so important, because that's your chance to absolutely do that. So thank you for that, Maine, but let's go ahead and get into the Bears' dynamic running game. Here's what I'm going to say to that. The running game that I see from the Chicago Bears having is probably going to be the most dynamic last season. And the fact that the Bears weren't even listed in the top 7 and the fact that we had the best running attack last season, I understand. Monty went away, and there's going to be some that look upon us and knock us down. But even when you look at Khalil Herbert, 5.7 yards per carry last season, how can you doubt that, right? Dante Foreman, right? Still a monster, right? Still somebody who's shown out with sharing touches as well, has shown he can go out and get it done. So the doubt around this running game, that's not even to mention Roschon Johnson, right? Travis Homer being in the Kari blasting game, even though we didn't really use him in the run game a lot. But here's what I'll say. Keep doubting the running attack from the Chicago Bears. And you notice in that, I didn't even mention Justin Fields' name yet. This Bears team is going to have one of the most electric running attacks in the NFL this season. Book it, right? And the ascension of Roschon Johnson, whether that happens this season, in future seasons, whatever it is going to be something that on the national stage they watch, because I tell you what, I have a feeling that Roschon Johnson is going to be a monster and used in the pass and running game eventually. I'm not ready to say that it's going to happen this season yet, but when it does happen, best believe all eyes are going to be on the Chicago Bears, and we are about to, again, turn some heads for sure. But let's get into this next one. This one's from Book.
Yo, Hayes, what up, man? It's Book, King Booker World, man. Blessings to you and yours. Hey, I don't know if anybody mentioned it or I don't really hear nobody talking about it, man, but there's a video that they got Justin Fields mic'd up, and at this one point, man, he's talking to Cody Whitehair. Man, Cody Whitehair look like he did put some work in, man. He got in shape. It looks like, man, that he really, even though he's been here for so long, and, everything that's happened with him, man, that he's really putting in the work to excel at center for this team, man. And that just, again, speaks volumes to this front office, man, and to this management squad. But, man, Cody, man, was looking pretty good, man, looking a little lean, looking a little muscular, man. I was like, man, all right, boy, I see you, because I know he was they said he was a little out of shape last year, but he put in the work this year, man. That makes me happy, man. That another sign that shows that folks are buying in to Matt Eberflus, almost said Nagy, the Eberflus, man, and the rest of this squad, man. I'm telling you, I got a special feeling about this team, man. They finna shock the world, man. It's gonna be a lot of teams, man, coming off the field after the fourth quarter talking about, man, what happened. But again, blessings to you and yours. Chicago up, bear down.
Great points on Cody Whitehair. Cody Whitehair seems motivated. And there's something about a veteran player that is still out to prove something. And I think Cody Whitehair moving back to center, you're seeing the level of comfort that he has in moving back to a position that he was a Pro Bowler in at one point in time, right? Not necessarily expecting him to get back to that level, but he's motivated. And when you have a veteran that is buying into, as you said, the coaching style, what the coaches have going on, everything like that, and they transform their body in a way to get back in one of the best physical conditions we've seen Cody Whitehair in probably the last 3 years, right? And I think he's preparing to play that center position because it's a much different skill set than what he would have played last season. And I think he realizes it's on him now. It is on Cody Whitehair and what he's going to do for the Chicago Bears in being that center, protecting Justin Fields, not having as many mistakes as Musty's ass last season. And he understands how the eyes are going to be on him this season. Cody Whitehair understands the moment. He understands the importance. And hopefully, if he can stay healthy, knock on wood, we're going to get I think we're going to get a really good season for him. Now, I do think that the Bears, if they feel like they have the future center on their roster, are going to start grooming that, or they're going to go out and get one next season. But Cody Whitehair, at least prepared to come into this season, I have faith in it. And maybe that faith is going to be proven that I shouldn't have it, but I have tons of faith right now around Cody Whitehair and his ability to just get it done for the Chicago Bears at a high level. That's my thoughts. You guys can let me know what you think on that down below as well. All right, let's get into the last voicemail for today. This one's from Floyd.
Hey, what's up, man? This is boy Fred, man. Hey, I think Claypool gonna be okay, man. You know, he just got to learn the playbook and just stay focused, man. All this negative shit they doing, they just got to leave this man alone, though. But yeah, with the Bears, we gonna be all right, man. I can't wait to put our foot up Green Bay ass, man.
All right, Floyd. Chase Claypool. Chase is gonna be okay. I hope so, bro. I'm gonna be honest with it. I'm optimistic about Chase Claypool because I do think, like with Darnell Mooney, having DJ Moore and kind of naturally letting everybody fit into their positions, having him here now throughout the whole training camp and being able to integrate his skill set better into the roster, I do hope that Chase Claypool is going to have a big season for the Chicago Bears. But I won't lie. There are some signs of concern. Hearing the motor things, like I've said before, some Bears fans like, oh, that's just people trying to find something. No, this has been a knock on Chase Claypool, even going back to his Steelers days. So I won't lie, like it doesn't concern me somewhat. But I do think that once he gets here and he's able to actually get on the field, once that injury is not hurting him anymore, and the energy just around this team, I think it's going to be one of those things that's infatuating for everyone, that it helps kind of lift everybody's spirits up. And I think Chase, and hearing Justin Fields as well, talking about Chase Claypool's mindset is completely different. He's in so much of a better spot. I trust that, right? And I think that as the season develops, as he gets more healthy, as we go through preseason, we're going to see Chase Claypool have a nice season. Now, how big of a season that's going to be, that remains to be seen on how much we're actually going to pass the ball, how Justin Fields has grown as a passer, how the wide receiver core as a whole comes together, how the offensive line, it's a culmination of everything going on with that offense. Luke Getsy, right? But if those things come together even a fraction of the way that I think that they can, I think Chase Claypool is going to have a big year. Now, does he get that next contract with the Bears? That's going to be the biggest question, right? And so we'll ultimately see. But I think Chase Claypool is going to be in a nice position, and I hope that you're right. I hope that Chase is going to be okay. But that's it. That's the time for today. That's all the voicemails we got today. Make sure you guys are tuned in tomorrow as well when Bobby and C-Dub go through the mailbag. Thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you're following the show at Shy Bears Central on every social media platform. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related because of you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.